Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Southpaw's Perfect Pizza in Albany, Oregon, and Boulder Falls Inn in Lebanon, Oregon. For more information on Southpaw's Pizza, their amazing pizza and food, go to southpawspizza.com. And for more information on Boulder Falls Inn in Lebanon, Oregon, and their amazing conference facility, call 541-451-1000. Good morning, everybody. Russ here on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. How's everybody doing this morning? So great to see you. You know, it's been a while since I've told the little #RussSelfie story. This is going to be a short one, but people asked, so here you go. So the reason I'm known as #RussSelfie is because years ago, I had no idea how to take selfies. Went on a family vacation, was in the New York subway, handed my then phone to somebody to take the picture of my family. Well, my son had downsized me. He's a minimalist, and he got me to put my credit cards and everything in with my phone. It was one piece. When I realized that I'd handed all my cash, credit cards, and everything to this person I didn't know in the subway in New York, I backed up to take the picture, praying the whole time that he would give it back to me, because I thought, I can't do that anymore. So anyway, he was great. He gave it back to me. But I learned, hey man, I got to take selfies so I don't have to do this anymore. So started doing that at business events. People loved it. They all dived in, and we took fun selfies in groups doing different networking and marketing. And so someone said, hey, you got to get your own hashtag #RussSelfie. There you go. So that's where it all came from. It is an amazing connection and community building tool. And that is what this show is all about. It's about how amazing people connect. And so, you know, so many times people say to me, well, what does connection really have to do with marketing? Everything. Connection is the foundation or basis of any good marketing plan, any good business, any good life, really. You know what? If you want to build a wonderful community and a wonderful life, you need to connect with others, build them up. And connection is a two-way street, everybody. You're connecting with them, they're connecting with you. And part of that happens right here on Marketing with Russ. And what you need to do right now, if you would be so kind and do me a favor, start sharing this out with people. Start letting people know that we are on, because Brandon Cockrell is going to be on here in just a minute. He's going to be amazing. You do not want to miss it. So let your friends know what's happening. So share this out right now, and that would be so great. You know, I love to connect with everybody, and russedge.com is the best place to go. Even through my struggles and my cancer journey, and all of you have been such a blessing and praying for me, I have still been connecting. I've still been reaching out. I had a wonderful meeting this morning with Ken Novak, and it was just amazing, a new friend. And so keep connecting. Go to russedge.com. All my information is there, all my connection links. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar to meet with me. I would love for you to do that. And if you could please subscribe on YouTube, that would be amazing. Go to marketingwithruss.live. I keep it real simple. I'm a simple-minded guy. I keep it simple. Marketingwithruss.live is the place to go. And that will take you directly to my YouTube page. What do you get? Notices about upcoming shows, and you get all of the amazing past content, all the amazing guests that I've had on Marketing with Russ. So I'm just praying that you will be part of that community. That'd be so great. So besides that, if you haven't got your copy of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my book that is designed and written to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose-driven life of significance, I want to help you. Pick up a copy of that today. You can go to russedge.com or Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any of your favorite online bookstores. You can even go to places like on Walmart.com, Target.com. They all have it. So if you would pick one of those up, I'd really appreciate you. And put a note in the comments. Let me know if you've either have a book already and have read it, or if you're planning to pick one up, because I would love for you to do that. You can get it both in ebook form and in paperback form, and love to have you come on and give a copy of that. So with no further ado, we're just going to get this party started and bring Brandon on this morning. Morning, Brandon.
What's going on, Russ? How's it going?
Hey, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Oregon, and it sounds like it is where you are too.
Yeah, it's actually been pretty cool this time of year. Normally we're in the high 80s,
Right.
and I think today it may get into the 80s, and it's been very, very cool. But the weather is not rainy as it was last month, so yeah, we're in a good spot.
Well, I love that. I love for it to be nice and cool, because I'm telling you, you could tell by my complexion, it works good not to overdo the sunshine. So, but I love the sun. So
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
yes, my family is filled with very pale Norwegians. There you go. So we're all, but anyway, hey, listen, Brandon, give everybody a little snapshot. Who is Brandon and what are you up to?
So yeah, well, I guess there's a lot to unpack with who Brandon is, but just kind of giving the back story of kind of where I'm at today. I've about 7 years ago, I left my corporate job after about 11 years, mainly in sales. Started the last 5 years or so working more in the marketing side of stuff, but decided to start my own business. Just kind of felt like I wanted more, could make a bigger impact, and thought that I could really work with small businesses to help them get better results, whether that was from sales, marketing, whatever it is to drive revenue growth. And quickly it morphed into a lot of digital, working with a lot of e-commerce brands, obviously your more traditional brick and mortar stores, to just drive more opportunities into those facilities, more qualified opportunities. And that's what started the agency side of my business. So primarily the last 6 years, I've been working alongside my wife, works full time in the agency as well, and have been building an agency. And just about 7-8 months ago, decided that it's running, it's doing its thing. They've got it handled, and now I kind of want to pursue other opportunities to make a bigger impact. And been doing a lot of coaching, consulting, helping people build their personal brands as well.
Yeah. Well, I find that there's a great need for that. And what I love is when I'm helping and coaching people, I love the fact that there's just so much need out there, and there's great people like you that are really want to spend time and really walk through things with people, because a lot of times people have difficulty knowing where to start. Where do they start with their brand? What is important with their brand? What are they really trying to accomplish? Unpack that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a good point. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that I initially talk about whenever I'm working with anyone, it always goes back to building the foundation. And I see so much that we get caught up with all these shiny objects, with all these different platforms, with new technology and AI. And I mean, it's just so much, and it can feel overwhelming, and it's tough to decipher through the noise what is going to work and what's not going to work. But most importantly, understanding where you're at in your journey and where you need to start to get the most out of what you have available to you. If you've only got $1 to invest in marketing, how do we get every penny we can of return on that dollar? Where is that dollar best spent? And how is it going to help us build the foundation of the business so that we have a direction to build on top month after month after month, so that we can eventually get to where some of those brands are that you want to be. But we can't start with where they're at today. We've got to start and really think about what were they doing whenever they were at the same part of their journey that I'm at right now. And that's what we put a lot of focus in.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so you brought this up a couple times. Where do you start? Where do you start? A lot of times that is the key issue with anything people are doing in their business, I find, and that is just getting started. People are very apprehensive and very unsure a lot of times in what they're doing, what they're putting out there. I find that one of the best ways to get momentum and really get moving is just to start. I have a client right now I'm working with. He does exactly what I tell people they shouldn't do. He's a super good friend. And that is plan and fix and plan and fix and worry and fret. Do I have the right thing? Check and plan and fix. And nothing is happening, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I do with live streaming, you just got to launch out there and do it. And you got to start learning as you go and correcting and adapting and improving as you go, because that builds momentum, right?
100%. And I think one of the biggest quotes that I heard, this was years ago, but it really kind of brought things into perspective. One, whenever you get to thinking about starting, and it was the quote of, if you wait until, and it's something along these lines, I may screw it up, but if you wait until your product or service is perfect, then you've waited too long, or something along those lines. And it's about don't wait to launch something until you feel like it's perfect. One, you don't know if it's perfect for your market until you put it out there and allow the market to tell you what is perfect for them, not what you think is perfect. And that is one of the biggest challenges whenever we talk about getting started. But
Right.
Obviously being able to have a roadmap, so you know what to be looking for and you know what to improve at each step along the way, so you're continuously building and growing and seeing positive momentum. And that's the ticket whenever it comes to getting started, and just understanding you're not going to have it perfect. I don't care, and I've done this from personal experience. I don't care if I think I have it perfect. I never have it perfect. Something always gets uncovered as soon as I go live. So why not, as long as you have the right intentions, and I know I'm going in a long-winded here, but as long as you have the right intentions, like I know that if something doesn't go right, I'm going to do everything I can to make it right for that client or that customer. If something falls through the cracks, especially as I'm ramping up. And if I know that, and I have confidence in myself and my intentions and what I'm willing to do, it makes it a lot easier for me to take that leap and to get start faster and then figure it out along the way. But unfortunately, that's just the way that it has to happen.
Right. Well, okay. So you said something that I love, and I'm taking full credit for this quote, although I'm sure I stole it from somebody else years ago. But I always tell people, good and done is better than perfect and not done. You talked about it never going to be perfect, and perfectionists drive themselves crazy. The paralysis of analysis. They are completely overanalyzing, overthinking, and yeah. And one of my really good friends, who will remain nameless, does this all the time. And I tell him right out, because I love the guy and he's super smart, super good at what he does. But I just want him to think about the fact that you need to get stuff out there and realize it's not going to be perfect. Also, I love what you say. You need to test your market. You put it out there and see how they respond. That is so critical, because so many times, will this work? I don't know. Why don't you put it out there and find out? What is it going to hurt for you to put it out there this way and people just don't respond? or they do respond. It's going to either tell you that's not the right thing, it doesn't work, or it's going to tell you you've hit the jackpot. And that is really what people are looking for. So I love what you said there. And, as far as when you're coaching and consulting with people, you find a lot of times people need somebody behind them going, come on, you can do it, right?
Yep. 100%. Yeah. And I think, it's just that validation. And I was there for a long time as well, especially whenever I was getting started. I was looking just for that little bit of a push from
Right.
somebody that I had seen doing it or doing what I wanted to be doing or creating content that I wasn't comfortable creating. And I always say, and that's why it's important whether you hire a partner, you have somebody internally, you have a friend, family member, whatever it is, like a lot of times, partner up with them, tell them what you're trying to accomplish, and allow them to help you get over whatever block is preventing you from starting. And they can, a lot of times, because what we typically do, especially whenever it comes to content, I see this a lot. And I've had a lot of conversations with other either content creators or just business owners looking to promote their brand. And it comes down to what we look at and what we pay attention to in the content, or a misspelling, or my hair's off in this video. If you put that out to the marketplace, nobody cares. Nobody is looking at that. And nobody is and they've done some tests, and I've talked to someone where, their coach actually came in, they showed a video, and he asked at the end of that video to the class, now, did any of y'all see my messed up hair? Did any of y'all see that my shirt was untucked? Did anybody see any of that? And none of them raised their hand for any of that. They were just focusing on him. He was just being him in that video to them, no different than anybody else. We just kind of get caught up in trying to dissect everything on our own. And you have to get past that. And sometimes having either a coach, consultant, or just a partner that's helping guide you and telling you, your content's good. What you're looking at, your service, your program, it's good to start. Just get it done. And then the next step. Starting is just the first step to figuring everything else.
Right. Well, first of all, you're 100% right. I was going to tell you, I have a lot of problem with that hair thing. Every time I look at myself, my hair is always messed up.
You wear it well, man. You wear it well.
I know. That's one thing about low maintenance hair. I'm telling you, it's simple. But, I love what you're saying, because I would say even a step further, everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a consultant. Everybody needs a mentor, something. Like you're saying, I mean, it is imperative to have that outside influence, that outside motivation helping you, because I'm a firm believer that we're better together. When we work together and collaborate together, we're better together. Just like now, Brendan, I'm telling you, I love talking with you. I love hearing your perspective on things, because I'm learning from you. You're making me better. You're making me more thoughtful about what I'm doing. And when we make each other better and we work together, we're all better. We all move further. And I think that is so important. And then we're able to help people. I love my friend Russ Johns always says, help more people, help more people. Let's get out there and help each other. When you have that kind of heart, it's amazing what will happen, and so I think that's so critical. So listen, everybody that's watching, you need somebody. If you can't afford it, find a good mentor. If you can afford a little bit, find a good coach or somebody that can collaborate, or that can just help you with the things you're doing. Listen to what you're doing. And it's just really imperative to do that. Okay, Brandon. So when you started this journey, what was the number one thing you noticed with people, other than starting, getting out there, really making things happen? What was the biggest challenge out there for people?
Well, whenever I started, it was really starting to pick up from a business standpoint, and this whole digital world was really just really kind of taken off. In this was 2016, and obviously it had gotten to a point up to then, but it really was starting to kick off whenever you're talking about social media and platforms and running paid campaigns and all the noise that came with that. And I think one was just trying to decipher what was actually worth the investment, and really understanding what expectations to believe and not to believe. And I think for years, the expectations were way overblown with what this whole social media, this whole digital revolution that is happening, and it really has. I feel like it's really set people back because it's extraordinary what can happen when you are utilizing these platforms and these tools and these resources that we have available that they didn't have even just 20 years ago. Whenever you have the right strategy, you have the right plan, and and you have that roadmap and that blueprint, it's amazing what will happen and can happen. However, the expectations and false narratives around it really left people feeling burnt and getting burnt, and not just from the consumer side, but the marketers as well,
Right.
thinking that they should be doing more. And there's a lot of good marketers, I think, that probably got out the game because it was a lot harder whenever they were really on the right track, but they couldn't figure out because they thought they should be getting 10, 20, 100x ROAS or whatnot whenever it came to all this marketing and advertising. So just really getting through the noise, and the paralysis by analysis definitely was a big thing, and
Right.
understanding how to make media work and not just work within media. And I think that
Right.
that's always been and still is a big issue there.
Right. Well, chapter 3 in my book, Purpose in the Midst of Chaos. And I wrote this book. I put the outline together before COVID, and then I actually wrote it in the first 5 months of COVID. But, it's so applicable to all life. There's so much chaos and noise and everything around us that when we have strong purpose and we move forward, knowing we're doing what we were meant to do, you can't lose hope and faith and sight of what you're really trying to get to. Sometimes you got to tweak the way you're putting it out there, the way you're delivering it, but don't lose what you're really truly all about, because that's where people get into trouble. People should all over them, telling them you should do this, you should do that. They're constantly directing them, and I'm thinking, well, maybe that's not for them, right? They need to find what works for them, and that's back to putting out a good product, seeing how the market reacts to it, moving forward, and keeping yourself going. And I love, again, what you said. Get away from that paralysis by analysis. Get away from the naysayers and the people that are telling you can't do things, and realize you need to be with somebody that's encouraging you and telling you can do it. You can move forward, because that is what's going to really get you moving in your marketplace and whatever you do. And then you can tweak and adjust from there. So I just want to encourage people with what Brandon's saying here. So, hey, Brandon, we need to start wrapping things up here. So give me your gold nugget of the day. What do people really need to think about in their marketing and all that you've been talking about? And then tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
So I think one is get started. Authenticity is going to continue to become more and more important with the rise of AI and tech. And, it's so easy. And I foresee this happening over the next 12 months, 18 months and whatnot, is so many, even agencies and all of that, are just going to go the easy route and get all this software generated content. It's just going to produce, even if you work, and I work within AI, and I've been working with AI for years now, and then most recently ChatGPT and all these different tools and resources, because I want to know how these things are being utilized and the best way to utilize them, so that then I can help others do the same to make their life easier and get better results. But you can clearly tell whenever something is generated, and who knows over the next half decade if how things, I imagine that's going to get a lot better. But right now, you're going to start seeing an influx of content, and you're going to have to really figure out a way to separate yourself through authenticity, through storytelling, to build your personal connection, you enhance your emotional intelligence, all that, to stay ahead. And starting now is that first step. And I'm very big on video and being able to just get yourself out there from a video form to showcase what it is that you know, your expertise, and speak to your ideal audience, which is why with my coaching program, a big thing that I do is I interview style and help my clients edit the videos, create that content, and they're doing it with me, and I'm helping them create good content so they don't even have to think about it. And it's very powerful. So, that's one thing. The next thing is focus on building your strongest asset, and that is your database. You need to focus on, if you're marketing, how can I get people off these platforms and into my database that now I own, I control, I have direct lines of communication with. And if you're not familiar with the term database, obviously some will refer to it as an email list, your CRM. I mean, there's a lot of different verbiage, but I call it the database there. And that is going to be the strongest asset for you, regardless of what you want to do in the future. And you won't have to continue spending money running paid campaigns to get back in front of them. So those are the two biggest things that I would mention. And what was the other thing?
No. Oh, the other thing was, how do people get in touch with you?
Oh, well, you can follow me on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect there. Instagram at brandon.linchpinsales, or you can go to my page, which is stopbeingasecret.com. Learn a little bit more about what we do and how we can help you create just engaging content and coach you on building up those revenues.
Well, and all of that information magically appeared below you while you were speaking. And it's in the comments, it's in the show notes. And listen, I just want to remind everybody, it's clickable. Click on it, go to Brandon. It's not that hard. And so instead of searching and trying to find him a million different ways, we make it easy for you. So do that, and you'll be amazed how somebody like Brandon can really help you out. So Brandon, I appreciate you so much. I love one thing that you said that I didn't highlight, and that is quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. The people, you don't need millions of people. You need people that are interested and wanting to work with you. And so when it comes to your email list, when it comes to your database, like Brandon was talking about, it's okay to have people unsubscribe and move away because they're not the ones that are interested anyway. You don't want a massive amounts of people to sort through. You want the people that want to work with you. You want the devoted, the raving fans, as they say. So I appreciate you highlighting that, Brandon. And I'm going to wrap things up here. Say thank you for today. And I'm going to send you to the green room. Hang on for just 1 second. I'll be right there.
All right. Thank you so much, Russ.
You betcha. Hey, everybody. Wow. Okay. Another great show of content. I'm telling you, share this out right now, because so many people watch on replay and you want them to be able to see this, because Brandon had so much information today. And I want you to know that it is true what he said. The quality of your database and the people you work with is so much better than the quantity, because some people are so caught up with how many followers they have, how much they have, instead of the quality of what they have. Same thing with social media. So anyway, thanks so much for being here, everybody. Remember, we are here on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, for your viewing and listening pleasure. And I just appreciate all of you. Community is so amazing. And I just want to thank you all for being here today. Again, his information has been ticking along the bottom and in the comments and show notes. So is mine. And remember, you can just go, it's really simple. You go to russedge.com for me, russedge.com for me. And that is the way to get in touch with me. It's got all my connection points, all my information. So appreciate that. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Don't forget, we'll be back on next Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, for you to tune in another amazing guest. And until then, have a great day and a great life and an amazing day. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.